Good Thursday morning, everybody. Meteorologist back with you here with another edition of Web Weather. Happy to report our 3-day stretch of brutal winter cold here along the Gulf Coast is behind us now. We're on a warming trend. Temperatures running about 5 to 10 degrees higher than where we were 24 hours ago. Now, with that being said, still chilly out there this morning. Really, it just speaks to how chilly it was yesterday, that we're adding 5 to 10 on top of yesterday's numbers, and we're still seeing many spots across the region in the 40s here this morning. In fact, here's how the sunrise temperatures, the minimum temperatures compared. Punta Gorda yesterday we fell to 40, 47 this morning. Fort Myers 44 versus 50. Naples 47 versus 52. So again, if we hadn't had the last couple of mornings, we'd be talking about just how chilly it is out there this morning. But when you compare things, relatively speaking, it's much more tolerable out there this morning, that's for sure. There's a look over the Fort Myers area. We're seeing plenty of sunshine, a little bit of a haze. In fact, if you're out and about early in the Fort Myers area, when that inversion set up through the early morning with the very cold air by the surface, relatively warmer airs go up, there was some smoke that hung close to the surface. I think we're still possibly seeing evidence of some of that low-lying smoke from a prescribed burn is my assumption here over the area. Now that we're warming up, we're going to start to churn up the atmosphere. Any lingering sort of smoke smell, that should be gone here soon. We're back in the low 50s at 53. This was the 8 o'clock advisory, or the 8 o'clock advisory, slipping back to hurricane season. The 8 o'clock update from Page Field, Fort Myers. And I suspect when we get the 9 o'clock numbers in, we'll be pretty close to, if not in, the 60s. And we'll keep warming up from here. Today's going to be a warmer day all around. The winds have basically gone calm. So with the full sunshine out there and no continuing source of cold air flowing in, we're going to heat things up nicely. There's 3 o'clock, 3:15, sort of the high temperatures you can expect, mid to upper 70s across the region. Feeling pretty nice out there here today. This evening, temperatures slip back in the mid to low 60s by the time we get to 6 and 7 o'clock. They continue to fall from there, but we keep that warming trend going. By tomorrow morning, by sunrise tomorrow, 50s, yeah, but much closer to average. In some spots, like, say, Sanibel, the Lee County Islands, I think coastal Collier, we could hang on to the 60s early tomorrow here, too. It's a general warming trend. Now, interestingly enough, you see two dips in temperatures in the overall upward trajectory in the numbers. We go from 57 tomorrow to back to the mid-50s Saturday, and then you go from 66 on Wednesday back to the low 60s on Thursday. That's as we have two cold fronts heading our way. One tomorrow, and then a second one by the mid to late part of next week. That front tomorrow, one of those sort of cold fronts in name only. And while technically it is going to bring a reinforcing shot of cool, dry air, the air that's coming in here is not going to be anywhere near as cold as what we just went through. So actually the warming trend just continues, even in the wake of that front, other than we, again, get that slight downturn in the temperatures during the mornings. See where the front is here right now, moving its way towards the northern Gulf Coast. High pressure over us keeps our very nice weather locked in here today. But that high does exit out to the east, sort of fizzles itself out as that front moves in. But there's just not much moisture for the front to work with as it moves its way down the Florida Peninsula. So we're talking a couple of showers kicked up by it. That's it. I'll keep a 10% rain chance in for tomorrow, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a brief, quick-hitting shower or two during the afternoon. By 6 and 7 o'clock, the front's out to our south. Any rain is over and done with. And then we get northerly flow behind it. We're tapping into chilly air again. But note, high pressure nearly to our due north already on Saturday. So this is sort of how things typically go with these cold fronts that slip in here to the Gulf Coast this time of year. Front comes in, you get chilly flow behind it for a day or so, but high pressure quickly builds to the east. Your winds go back out of the east, and you quickly warm things up. It's pretty rare to see that sort of long chilly stretch like we had over the last couple of days. No, instead, yeah, we dropped the temperatures slightly for Saturday morning, but by the afternoon, we're back in the upper 70s. By Sunday afternoon, we're pushing back into the 80s. So yes, overall, the warming trend set to continue as we work through the weekend and the next week. And rain chances, not terribly impressed. I think a stray shower on Friday, no rain for the weekend. And then back to the rain chances picking up a bit for Monday. So I think quite a change next week. You're going to notice the change in the air. It's been awfully dry here. Humidity has basically been non-existent. we're going to bring a little more moisture into play in the coming days. So already a little more tomorrow. I think you feel a little more mugginess before we dry things out temporarily again on Saturday. That's your first cold front coming through. You can see it plainly on our moisture tracker. That cool, dry air marked in blue dives back in. But that's temporary. By Sunday, we're already starting to moisten up the atmosphere again. By the time we get to Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, now we're back to southerly flow. Now we're bringing tropical air back in out of the Caribbean. You can see the sharp cutoff from the oranges and reds to the deep blues. That is that next cold front. I think that one has the chance to pack a punch. Wednesday evening into Thursday, I think we are talking a burst of rainfall, at the very least perhaps some thunderstorm activity as that moves its way through. Something we'll be watching for you in the longer range. But in the lead up to that, I do think we're talking temperatures continuing to climb, high temperatures continuing to climb each and every day going forward here. Here's the high temperature trend. 80s on Sunday like I showed you, but then we're talking highs in the mid to low 80s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday before that next front cools things down for Thursday. So sort of a temperature roller coaster here in the coming days. We'll, of course, be tracking it for you, and I'll have a full update coming up in just a couple of minutes on More in the Morning at 9. Hope to see you then.